What is up, everyone?
What's
Welcome
up?
back. Welcome back to another episode of On the Level presented by Player1NE Gaming. I'm one of your hosts, Miracle K Worker, along with
Bossman.
Hey, Devz
Bossman
baby.
and Devz, the so-called tag and
So,
bag master, even though
man, I've been
he
playing
don't
so
want to
much.
fight for it. He don't want to fight for a place at the podium. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah, I do.
That's all right, though. That's all
Yeah,
right.
I do.
Hey, it's good being back. I am sorry for Hey, we had to push it back. Somebody got a little sick. Was under the weather. That is me. Yep, I'll take that one on the chin. That is
Yeah,
me.
somebody caught COVID.
All right, calm down. Hell, don't make me pull up the oxygen. Then they'll really show some pity. I'll see the oxygen plug. But hey, no, it's good to be back. I'm feeling a lot better. We have some pretty spicy topics, in my opinion, today.
Yeah,
A lot has happened. Real quick, we'll go over some quick news. Suicide Squad dropped. I haven't watched it yet. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight. On some HBO, but I've heard it's really good. What was that Left 4 Dead beta?
Oh, Back for Blood. That
Back
beta
4
came
Blood,
out.
that came out. I haven't tried that. Probably won't touch it.
No, it's only a 4-day. It's a 4-day thing.
Yeah, I probably won't even download the beta. I'm gonna be honest. Man, Apex's new season dropped. The new champion, Seer, along with the new LMG, the Rampage, Prowler's back. It's nutty. I don't know if you guys, if you guys haven't been on the scene, but I've been on the scene, and let's just say it's a little wild. Everybody's coming over. Oh, that's actually pretty important news too. All types of Warzone content creators, Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, Cloaksy, everybody's coming over to Apex.
I mean,
at this point, Warzone is dying, and
that's because of all the cheaters.
It is nuts. Yeah. It's nuts. And then, you know what? I was watching XQC's chat. Bro, tell me why this dude is over here. I don't get these guns. These guns are so unrealistic. Man, you played Overwatch. You were playing Overwatch, and what's his name, Luce? What's the dude that shoots like the sound waves?
Oh, Lucio.
Man, get out of here. You talking about some unrealistic guns. He's going to come at Apex like that. Man, that's nuts. But, hey, it's legit nuts having all of these Warzone streamers, content creators come over to Apex. It's I'm going to say this.
Yeah, I'm sure that's got you pretty happy right now.
I'm happy as fuck.
It's good because it's bringing more recognition to Apex because they're hopping on ranked and they're like, oh damn, I'm not that good. And it's yeah, motherfucker, you gotta grind. And then you have some streamers that are getting carried to like diamond and masters, and I'm like, I'm platinum right now. I'm trying to make it to diamond solo queuing. And then you have Nick Merckx getting carried to diamond.
So basically, the same as usual. He can't do what he did on Warzone on Apex.
It is what it is. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong, he's good. But like when you get
good?
Nick Merckx, he's not bad. I've seen some of his matches on Apex. He does very decent. But it's like, but when you get somebody to carry you, and that's the thing about Apex, you can't have like a solid hard carry. Like the game's way too hard to have somebody like hard carry you.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody,
I guess we'll disagree to disagree.
If you got somebody that's cracked and you can put that damage down and you do the minimum, bro, you're gonna make it. It's gonna be nuts. But yeah, that's some crazy stuff. New Worlds beta ended earlier this week. I loved the beta, and I can't wait for the game. We'll get more into that later on. Anything else crazy that happened in the news?
I got some.
Okay.
You know what? This will make Bossman a little happy. Over the past week, we started our first Valorant tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes. You know what? I'm gonna pass the mic down to Bossman. Let us know how that's going on.
Hey, no, you know what? It was fantastic, to be honest. It was great to get back into the tournament scene. Great to have Player1NE Gaming back at the head of doing tournaments. One of the teams, Full Real, took home the top prize. So congratulations to them. But it was fantastic, man. Well ran, well received, and stuff like that. The casters were fantastic. The production behind the scenes was great. So I was very, very pleased with it. So had a good time. Yep, and we got a whole lot more coming on down the pipe. A lot more tournaments they're getting ready to happen here pretty soon. So COVID isn't going to slow us down this year.
Hey, we
listen, I'm still petitioning for that Destiny tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you keep on waiting, my friend.
Yeah, that's
No, trust me, I don't want that fucking game tournament. No,
I don't either. I don't even want to think about that.
Listen, Destiny is a dead game. Besides that, let's see. We also got news on Ghost of Tsushima right now. The co-op multiplayer mode is going to be a standalone release. So, what that basically means is that so it's talking about between September 10th and October 1st.
Yep.
That's when the release is supposed to be coming out around that time. The beta for Halo Infinite came out. I wasn't able to get on it. It was okay. Like I thought it was for a Halo game. I see what it was doing. I think it is going to be I can't wait for it because I think it's going to be one of the best things. It's going to be one of the games that pulled me away from Destiny. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But besides that, shit. New World got delayed, right? That was
hold on. We skipped over Halo really fast. Like
there's a reason for that.
Okay.
It's not that important.
No,
okay, whatever.
No.
Not that. Okay.
Listen.
Hey guys, there might be a battle royale in Halo. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, no, we really should talk about it, man, because it was just like what you said. You have a lot of streamers or content creators. That's what I'll say. They are leaving Warzone right now, going over to Apex. But most of them have said that they're waiting for Halo.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So,
you know what I mean?
Personally, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am so as for right now, I feel like there should be a really heavy break on battle royales especially if they're not doing it right. Looking at COD because COD's had that issue with a lot of the streamers leaving and whatnot, going to Apex. But the reason why is because of all the cheating and whatnot. So it's just like, if you're gonna do a battle royale, at least put some fucking effort into it. I know people like to clown on Fortnite and whatnot, but you see Fortnite just had a goddamn concert with Ariana Grande. You don't see
so quiet as kept. I think that because of this whole Warzone thing, it solidified Fortnite at the number one spot for a battle royale.
No. So honestly, I'm not
okay. Then who's better, America?
Okay, the best. If we're talking about quality, the best is Apex. If we're talking about marketability,
okay, hold on.
Of course,
take your biases out of it because
it's not a bias, bro. Like
it absolutely is a bias because you don't play anything else other than Apex.
I'll play Warzone.
Oh.
I play Warzone. I deal with the hackers, but I'm not hopping on Fortnite because it's a building game. It's not a battle royale.
But as far as you're concerned, you're comparing Apex to Warzone. Yes, Apex is better than Warzone, but you just said that you don't really play Fortnite. So how can you say Apex is better than Fortnite?
Building. I'm not trying to build.
But you've never played it though.
Okay,
You've never played it.
I've played Fortnite.
Not enough to give an intelligent answer to.
Hey, I'm pretty sure my 1,000+ hours is
so I'm just trying to
decent.
put my 2 cents into it. I think for me, I kind of agree with Miracle. Marketability, Fortnite is top notch. There's nothing right now that
playability is top notch too.
Hold on,
you know how many cheaters you get in Apex?
No, so I was going to get to that.
Not that many.
Yes, you do. Once you get to the top rank, bro, that's literally all anybody complains about is that you get nothing but cheaters. Yes, even content creators are sitting there complaining about it. So before you give me that face, I suggest you go and do some research on your own game.
And yes, there are cheaters, but the cheaters aren't as bad as other games.
No, it's not as bad as Warzone. Don't say it's not as bad as other games because there are other games that handle their business very well. But I'm sorry, but Apex does not.
Well, I mean, Apex did just get hacked like nobody's business.
Exactly.
But that's also the thing. Like, and this is my 2 cents. You have all of these Warzone players coming over. You know who's going to follow? The hackers. The hackers are going to follow.
Hold on. The hackers were there before these content creators started coming.
No, absolutely. But the hacker problem wasn't top tier. I've honestly maybe seen 5-6 hackers in Apex.
Right, but you know what the problem is? Miracle, not even trying to play around. That's also because you're not top tier. You're not. No. You're not in that top, like 0.1%.
You know what the big problem is? Is that the reason why there's so many hackers in Warzone is because we all clearly see that Activision does not give a single fuck about their about taking care of that shit.
Because neither does EA. You're not saying anything that no gaming company is doing right now. None of them give a shit really about keeping up with their games. The only thing they care about is getting that influx of money in the beginning. But how many times have people sat up here and complained about a game and, hey, we want this change? I'll tell you what, great example, Anthem. Anthem is a great example. Dead on arrival. Could have had the potential to be a great game, but you know what? They didn't make the change that they needed to in order to make it a great game. And at the end of the day, they just didn't care. You know why? Because, cool, we'll just scrap this and we'll start working on something better.
No, yeah, we've already made our money back.
Yeah, exactly.
Done.
And cosmetics.
Call of Duty comes out with a new Call of Duty like every year, right? Yeah. They got another one coming out this fall. There's a reason why they're not focusing on Warzone. Like at the end of the day, we'll get our numbers, we'll get our money.
No,
and then
absolutely.
Bam, move on to the next one.
100% agree. So and to counteract that, so Apex they've been trying to work on cross save pretty much. So if I want to take all of my data from my PlayStation 5 and move it to PC or vice versa, I can do so.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have been making those like hard flops because it's not as competitive if you're on console. It's still competitive, but like even for me, I'm way better playing on PC than I'll ever be on console, just because I'm matched up against people that are way better. So I have to get that good if I'm going to want to survive. Like I'll go back to playing console with some of my friends, and we're just playing PlayStation matches, and I'll be dusting kids because I'm like, this is nuts. I play on PC. Like this is easy. So they've been trying to work on cross save, but they said, hey, we're scrapping that until we can figure out all of this hacker shit. So
okay, but
I give them the respect for even coming out and saying that.
Figuring out an anti-cheat is not hard. It's just honestly not. There's not a lot to it. It's not like you have to put like build a whole new company just to figure out anti-cheat. It's extremely easy. What it comes down to is it worth it at the end of the day? Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Apex is gonna be dead here in the next couple of months. Like I'm calling it for you right now. Apex is gonna be dead.
I can absolutely believe that with Halo coming out and then of course with Battlefield coming out, absolutely it's gonna die. But I think the difference is gonna be who's gonna have more hackers. I guarantee when Battlefield comes out, it's gonna have hackers
Oh, that's
out
gonna have
the
hackers
ass.
galore. Let's look at
Out the
Battlefield 5.
ass. I guarantee
Well,
Halo's going to have the same problem.
nah, don't
No.
guarantee that because Microsoft is a whole lot better with their games when it comes to having hackers. That's not
I
that.
agree with that
Yeah,
one.
that's
I
not
agree.
that big of a deal. So don't place that on them. I can't really say for Battlefield. To be honest, I can't speak on that too much, but I could definitely speak on Microsoft games.
Well, so
You're not going
Yeah,
to get a hacker problem there.
Microsoft don't play with that.
there was
Nah.
a few developers that did already confirm that during the beta, whenever they drop the beta, that there's going to be hacks in it. Like it's going to be very easily hackable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but hold on.
But I think they kind of want to see a
developers?
baseline, huh?
Hold on. What developers? Because number one, nobody comes out on a game that you already delayed and you're getting ready to come up and say like, hey, this will let you guys know our game is going to be very hackable. So, good luck. Nobody said there's got to be more context to that.
Here,
Maybe the beta was very hackable and they was like, hey, the beta is going to be very hackable.
Oh, you know what? Hey, I misspoke. It wasn't developers for Battlefield. It was developers for the hacking companies saying that they're going to be releasing hacks day one release of the beta, and then of course when the full game comes out.
Oh, for Battlefield.
Yeah. So the people that make the hacks and sell them, they said they're already working on that shit. So.
Well, hey.
So
my bad. You're right. I did misspeak on that.
No. I honestly, I personally feel like because if you play Battlefield 5, which I think was free over the weekend, by the way, with
I think it's free this entire month.
Oh yeah. Well, I know for a fact that like Battlefield 5 was atrocious. It had so many hackers. I've seen people playing, people get called out for it, blah, 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 people getting sued. This shit's fucking ridiculous at this point. Like, I don't know. Hackers, if they can take the time to install their hacks and all that shit, why just not take the time to actually get better at the game? Like, they ruin games so bad half the time.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of the thing. Some people have nothing better to do.
That's true.
That's why it ruins it.
Hold on. You guys are really asking why people would rather hack than spend thousands of hours grinding to get better?
I mean, I'm not asking. I'm not asking that either. People have nothing better to do.
Come on. Because no. Don't say it's not nothing better to do. Sometimes competition can make you do stupid stuff, right? It's just like baseball players and steroids. Yeah. Looking to find a way to get a leg up. You know what I mean? If you think about the psyche of an individual, if you see somebody like Nick Merckx, Courage, Tim Tapman, Ninja, all these huge streamers, and I'll tell you what, I'll even bring on a different person. Pokemon, who sucks at games, who is completely horrible at video games or whatever. And you go like, what do I have to do to get a leg up? I know you did not say cap, but whatever.
I think
that's horrible.
That's not cap. He's telling
you
100%.
No,
she's good at Among Us.
Wow.
Okay. So anyway, let me continue on with what I was saying. If you see people like that and you're wondering how do I get a leg up, it's just like if you were playing sports. If you're like, man, if somebody can come to you and say, hey, listen, I got this syringe or I got this whatever, and if you inject it, it's going to make you better.
No, yeah.
A lot of people are going to do it. I'm not saying everybody is. Some people are just like, they love to compete and they love to do it the right way, right? And then there are some other people that understand their limitations and they go like, you know what, I suck or whatever. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't feel bad for them at all. Like, if you know you suck, either get better or go do something else.
Mm-hmm.
No, sure.
I don't think that you should go cheat or anything like that. But when a hack is costing, I think I read an article that said one of the hacks that's like God mode, it's like $20. That's it. You know how many kids?
There's free hacks on fucking Reddit that people can get. That's
See,
how bad that shit is.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, when it's so easily accessible like that in Warzone or Activision makes it super easy for you just to go ahead and install a hack and you don't get banned or nothing like that, then bro, yeah, people are definitely going to do it. There's no incentive for them not to do it. You know what I mean? So
No, 100% agree.
that's why I laugh at people that are just like shocked. Like, I don't understand why people are hacking. Like, dude, seriously? Like, have you ever truly competed? Like, yeah, of course they're gonna hack.
You know, it's sad how bad the situation is because like, I want to say about last year, or the year before, one of the two, and this is for Destiny, but it applies to everything. So there was a guy who was hacking the game. And one famous YouTuber, I believe it was Ace Trust or it was Lucky 10P. One of them asked them like, "Hey, can I get an interview with you? And why do you hack and all this shit, blah blah blah." And he was like, originally I never wanted to hack the game. I actually wanted to become good and stuff like that. But then I believe he was like, like after a year of just facing hackers over and over, he just broke down. Like he legit broke down and was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna start hacking. I mean, they're not gonna do anything about me hacking anyway. So I
completely understand that because, like, playing Rebirth on Warzone right now, yeah, it's a smaller map. It's a lot fast paced, but when you're flying in after your fucking 10 seconds of being dead and you get shot out of the sky from across the map by a hacker. You're like, man, I want to fucking hack too. Like, this is bullshit. I shouldn't be getting shot across the map. And don't get me wrong, this map isn't that big, but it's big enough to where if you're getting sniped from across the map, you're like, there's no fucking way. First of all, that you can even
lead your shot.
That you can even see. Yeah, you would have to lead your shot. You'd have to. What kind of drop does it have? Everything. On top of that, can you even see me? With your fucking M4 that does not have a sight, you're iron sighting this shit. Like, get out of here. So no, I can completely understand because there's times where I'm like, bro, I'm on PC now. Like, I might as well just download a Warzone hack and just fucking say, all right, team, let's get these dubs. But I'm not going to because I don't need to. It doesn't matter. I think the game's dead. I'm waiting for a good game to come out. I'm not going to waste my time or my money playing that shit. I hop on it when my friends ask me to. That's about it. But
no, yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, it's just, I'm not, honestly, like, when someone tells me like a game's hacking, I'm not really surprised. What gets me the most, and I mean, everybody should know why big companies like fucking EA or Bungie or whatever fucking other company, Activision, they just simply don't give a fuck because they make their money back. And, the more people complain about hackers, I guess it's like a publicity for them. So either way, people, it's whatever. But they get so much money from these games. Like, you can go, like, you play, like, somebody who plays Warzone religiously every single fucking day. Every time they come out with a new pack of like a cosmetic or something like that,
yeah,
they're going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? So EA doesn't care about that problem. They care more about the shit that they're releasing to make more money off of.
Oh, for sure.
And like Bossman said, like, it doesn't take a lot for people to like just push out a good ass anti-cheat. It doesn't take a lot. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. And I mean, and so we kind of went off track, but we'll kind of segue this into one of our actual topics, and that was Activision Blizzard in general and kind of what's been going on in that realm. A lot of people are stepping down from the president.
As they should.
As they should. The president, the COO, the CCO deleted her Twitter after some stuff she posted, and was getting a lot of hate from the community. Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, she pretty much said, like, hey, listen, if you're a whistleblower, like, you should be thrown in jail. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Which is crazy. She's allegedly she's still with the company right now. They haven't. The company said she was still with them. That she made that decision to delete her Twitter, and nothing's came of that so far. But just Blizzard, Activision right now, it's something's going on, and it's shaking house, and we can definitely see it. But Bossman, coming from a company perspective, how do you feel about having all of these problems and people are just like, you know what, I'm gonna dip out. I can't do anything to help.
Well, I don't know about people dipping out because they couldn't help. I think they dipped out because I think some of it was the toxicity in the workplace, and then some of it was I'm gonna dip out before it gets too bad because I don't want to be involved in the mess.
I don't want to be liable. No, I can understand that.
Absolutely. There was multiple levels of failure, from the top down to the bottom, and the fact that I just want to say straight up, plain and simple, this ever happens in my company, I promise you, everybody and their mama will be fired. I'll go to their house and fire their kids too, and let them know because of what your daddy did, you'll never work in this industry, because that's insane. The more you start to kind of peel back the layers and see everything that was going on. I mean, man, they had a Bill Cosby room, bro. A Bill Cosby room. They was messing around with their aides, their assistants, whatever, and stuff like that. I mean, and then forcing people to do stuff. People were missing out on promotions because they refused to do something in a sexual manner and stuff like that. I mean, the whole frat boy.
And there was some talks of suicide within the company.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's that whole frat boy mentality that was going on up in there. And to be honest, it all stemmed from them getting super popular. Listen, I'm just gonna be frank with everybody. Everybody that's watching this, everybody on the podcast. These were a bunch of nerds that got super popular after WoW. And because they got super popular, they didn't know how to deal with it. They were probably the guys that always got shunned when they were in college and high school. Nobody really liked them or anything like that. They were the nerds, stuff like that. And now that they got a little bit of power, they didn't know what to do with it, and it went to their head.
Yeah.
So instead of dealing with their past traumas when they were kids and stuff like that, they took it out on other people who didn't have as much power as them because it happened to them. So now this is the result of it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's bad, man. Like, it doesn't make any sense. This is the reason why I always say there needs to be more diversity in the workplace, a little bit more culture, and you need to have strong people. You need to create an environment where it's okay for people to say, "Hey, this is fucked up. This should not be happening. Like, we need to change it."
No, absolutely, 100% agree. But so even going back to that, how are we fixing it in the manner of people speaking up and then getting shunned away to where they're not heard?
See, this is where I have a problem. This whole "how do we fix it" mentality makes it seem as though like if we all just come together and kumbaya in a group, we'll be able to fix. You can't fix somebody who thinks that they're just better than somebody else or more superior than somebody else because they have a position or a little bit of power. They have to do that internally within themselves. You know what I mean? Like, they have to realize, like, yeah, you know what? Because I do have this power or because I do have this position, that makes me even more responsible. Mm-hmm. And I need to make sure that, I hold myself accountable at all times, and that I create a work environment where it's okay for other people to hold me accountable too. What I mean? Hold each other accountable. This whole, like, how do we fix the thing? We all know how to fix it. We know what the issue is. The problem is that I can't, like, if there was somebody who's sexually harassing, I can go and say something and do something, whatever. I can't fix them though. If they decide like, hey, I'm just gonna leave, and then guess what? They still take all that baggage with them to wherever they go next. And they may be able to suppress it for a little bit, but it's still gonna creep up, and they'll eventually show their ass again. You know what I mean? Excuse
I
my language
respect that.
for
No, no,
everybody.
no. I respect that. And I mean that, it definitely makes sense as far as we can report it, but doesn't necessarily mean the person's going to change. And
Nah, I mean,
even if they do leave, you're right. They can carry that on. That's something they have to change within themselves.
yeah, I mean, there was like I said, man, there was multiple failures because it was reported that a lot of leadership knew about this, and they still didn't do anything. That's insane to me. Like that's at the very least do an investigation, figure out what's going on. You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest, there are some times, and we've seen this in the career field that we've worked in too, that sometimes people lie. Got that. So I'm not saying let's condemn them as soon as we hear about it. No. Let's do an investigation. Let's get everything on the air. Let's make sure everything's on the up and up. And then let's make the judgment call after that. You know what I mean? Because no matter what, even if I fire somebody, I would still want to be the person to like, okay, how do I get this person help? Because obviously they have an issue. You know what I mean? Like I want them to go see somebody and talk about whatever traumas or issues that they got, because I don't want them carrying that over to wherever they go next. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like I don't want it to just be like, okay, well, we don't have to worry about it no more, because it would kill me if I saw in a report or somewhere else down the line that person did the same thing again. You know what I mean? It would kill me, because I'm like, we didn't fix the problem. The only thing we did was sweep it under the rug and got them out of there, and then told everybody else like, all right, just move on with your life. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that's cool. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on it, man.
I don't know. Again, Bossman, I agree with you with the fact that we all know exactly what we need to do and stuff like what they need to do. It's just a matter of, okay, is it going to be a thing where that this pops up this week and then it disappears next week? You know what I mean? Like Activision, again, as big as it is, I feel like the whole company just needs a whole fucking rework. I'm sorry, like they don't give a fuck about their games. They don't give a fuck about the company, the employees, all that shit. Like all that shit just needs to be investigated. And I know from what I read, the CEO, Bobby Kotick, or I believe that's how you say his name. He was just saying he came out with what I like to call a generic statement that everybody comes out with, kind of. He said there'll be some changes immediately and stuff like that. Like employee support, listening sessions, personal changes, hiring practices, and in-game changes, or whatever the last one means, I guess. But I just feel like I don't get how he didn't know anything about this. You know what I mean? Like I guess for him being a CEO, he probably was just assumed that he's probably just sitting home collecting money. But like, there's no way he personally didn't know all of his time being in Blizzard or in Activision, he didn't know anything about it.
I mean, I think there's also like a huge gap between what gets routed up, like it was stated earlier, sometimes, people lie. So, is one of your program managers, one of your department managers going to lie to you saying, oh, yes, sir, we're fixing this, don't worry about it. Or, hey, no, sir, that was a false report. We just have somebody that's disgruntled. Granted that falls on him as well. Are you doing your due diligence to actually make sure that something was truthful, whether it was an allegation or whether, hey, the problem is actively being fixed? There like the boss man said, there's levels to it, and just looking at it from our standpoint. If we have some beef, me and you on the podcast, the first person we turn to shouldn't be, of course, the boss man, but you gotta handle it at the lowest level as much as you can.
Yeah, and I
and,
completely agree with that.
And I think that's kind of where you have some of those leaders that try to keep it as far down as they can, whether it's because they don't want to get in trouble or because they're afraid of the repercussions. Maybe they're in on it. Just so many different reasons. I think there's a lot of levels to it. But anyways, we'll kind of get away from get away from that. What else do we have on the table, Ed?
All right, let's see. We by the way, all the news and everything that we're spewing out on the channel, on the video today, is on onemedia.substack.com. Just letting you guys know if you guys wanted to stay with us and whatnot, that's where we're pulling all the information from. Whew, okay, let's see. We got
respect. Oh, you're over here like, man, I don't know.
Man, you better plug in that brand, bro. This you better plug that in.
Plug it in.
One media, Player1NE Gaming, all of it. All of
it. Ed gets his shit together, while Devz gets his life together. Hey, make sure you guys check out, our new app, One, for the Player1NE Media. Make sure you guys check it out. It has all of our news articles, has all of the podcasts, any and all the shows that we do linked in there. You can also sign up for our tournaments from the app. Make sure you guys check out all of our merch, Player1 Streetwear. We got stuff coming up. We have a lot of hot stuff that's already dropped, but definitely keep your eyes on it because we're definitely coming out with more and more. Make sure you guys check out the website. Share our podcast, share all of our other videos. Make sure you guys like that stuff too. Ed, you ready? You got your life together?
Hey, you know me, you know what I'm saying? But since we are putting in plugs, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, Swift Lifestyle.
Okay.
Swift Lifestyle is basically like a gamer fuel, nutrition, whatever you want to go ahead and say. It's the type brand that came into existence because of apparently from what they told me, came into existence because it's more nutrition than the regular gamer fuel that's been out right now. They definitely have
clean gamer fuel.
Yeah, they also have vitamins just in case for any of you who do need the little vitamins in your system, whatnot, keep you healthy.
And there you go.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? We will be coming out with a code very soon, so look out for that. So whenever you guys head to the store, pick out the items. When you guys get to checkout, just pull up. Again, when we do have it out, you just plug in the code and it'll give you, I believe it was a 15%.
Yep.
So yeah.
And we'll drop that on the socials too when we decide what the code is. But all right, what's our next topic, Ed?
All right, our next topic. So we see that what is it? Diablo Immortal has been postponed till 2022. So that's gonna be that's actually been like a big trend that I've been noticing. A lot of games have been being postponed. I know, I think I said it earlier, but New Worlds is being pushed back until September 28th. To be honest, I'm down for games to get pushed back if it doesn't end up like what the fuck is it called? Game was so shit I forgot about it. Cyberpunk, boom! Don't come out like Cyberpunk. They literally just pushed it back that way it could be released to new consoles. That's it. They didn't really do anything with it. But what's your guys' thoughts on that? On games getting pushed back?
Games getting pushed back. I mean, I'll kind of give my 2 cents over New Worlds real quick, just because it got pushed back as well. I think when these betas drop, there's a lot that comes from it. What can be worked on? What can we do better for the game in general? New Worlds. I thought New Worlds was amazing.
New Worlds was good. I played a little bit of it.
Yeah, and as I got higher in levels, I felt some things were really tedious. Some things were, super. Some things got hard. They really did, and it was like, damn, I'm still 5 levels higher, but I'm over here getting smacked.
Oh yeah. By the way, everyone, that's a website. Everything, that's the article we're basing everything off of. Just letting you guys know. But again, that's onemedia.substack.com. So, hey,
damn, look at you, the plug man. Shit, but I think there's a lot of things that could have been worked on. How are we grinding out these resources? How accessible are they? Especially when we're talking about an MMO, there's hella people, taking this shit, taking some of these resources from me, and I didn't even really dive into the PvP, but I've heard there was a lot of differences just in PvP. So I'm glad that it got pushed back, even if it was just a month, because I think that there's things that the developers need to work on, just to hash some things out, just to make it run a little bit more smooth, for all players.
Yeah.
Of course, it sucks at the end of the day. A lot of people are going to lose their progress. But if I'm fine with losing all of my progress. We were going to lose our progress at the end of the day. But if they make the game that much better, with whatever else they add or whatever else they tweak, potentially that's a lot better for that day one release, where, as we've seen in the past, sometimes the games are unplayable. Wow. With Diablo Immortal, that I'm reading that it's pretty much a mobile game. Is it on console or PC?
Wait, I'm not sure.
Diablo Immortal.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it just says mobile for me. Like, it's an upcoming mobile action RPG. I don't really.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Android and iOS devices.
Okay, yeah, but I'm fine with games being pushed back. I think we need to have solid releases. Sometimes that's just what you need. You need to have a game pushed back so that we can have those solid releases.
If you see right here where I'm highlighting, it says, RPGs. I mean, on Android, iOS devices. I want to point that out. That's all.
Hey, I mean, I had to read. All right, it's tough. It's tough out here. I have to sound out the word and then put it together. That's just a lot of work. You're putting a lot of pressure on me. But you know what? I love it. And I was one of those people that didn't have problems with Cyberpunk when it first dropped, but other people did. So
the problem was basically last gen consoles.
No, and I completely understand that, but at the same time, and this is how I feel, what if I was one of those players that the game didn't work? I would have been pissed.
Yeah,
I'd have been livid. And Bossman, I know me and you talked about it. You were already on your second playthrough when you were like, yeah, I haven't really had anything happening.
What are you talking about, on Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, it worked great for me. But I was playing on the next gen console. I mean, it had its little buggy features or whatever and stuff like that. Little things here and there that you kind of expect from a brand new game that's launching. But other than that, it worked well for me.
And I mean, and that's my thing, it worked well for me. But if I was that person still on the PlayStation 4 or still on the Xbox, and I was getting the short end of the stick, I'd have been pissed. So I'm glad.
And it's crazy because like I feel like the main issue is again like that's why I'm bashing Cyberpunk so bad is because originally, don't forget, it was supposed to come out April of last year, and mind you, the PS5 or the new Xbox. I forgot what the whole Xbox name is, but
Xbox One X.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the new one.
Xbox One X.
Well, yeah, the Xbox One X. Well, we all see that they came out right, and fucking like they weren't even announced. I mean, they were announced, but they didn't say anything. Like they weren't any real good details about like none of the specs or anything like that. Cyberpunk was supposed to come out in April. April comes, they're like, okay, we're gonna delay the game, blah blah blah, because we're gonna fix this, fix that, blah blah blah. They specifically waited for the next gen to come out. Next gen to come out, cool. For most people, it played okay, but then for last gen, it played like dog shit. Mind you, this was supposed to be a last gen release.
No, and so I can completely agree with that, but at the same time, you have to realize this: the game was a good game, but even on new consoles, people had problems. PlayStation legit took it off the store because people were having problems. How many people that had PlayStation 5s were having those exact same problems?
So I don't think it's I think that's hard to gauge because there wasn't really a lot of PlayStation 5s that went out in the first place.
No, absolutely. But even on the Xbox new gen, how many people were still having problems on the new gen console?
I didn't really hear it.
It wasn't as bad.
It wasn't as bad. It was the old consoles that it was like unplayable.
Yeah. But my biggest thing is the game. We still had small bugs on new consoles. So clearly the game needed work.
But I mean,
it's just the fact that it works significantly better on next gen consoles. But again, my whole thing is the fact that again it wasn't even marketed as a fucking next gen console. It was marketed as a current gen console.
Yeah,
and, you know what I'm saying. And the fact that they legit hold old gen console players. Like there's people who still don't have a PlayStation 5 or the Xbox, and they still gotta they still gotta deal with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But to be honest, I think people are kind of over it.
People are definitely over it, but it's
I mean, I just don't see the point in kind of like hashing it back up. Like, they. I mean, I'm just saying, like they screwed up. It was bad. It was a bad launch.
And personally, I don't think developers or these companies are going to be releasing games to where they'd be the next Cyberpunk. I don't believe that. Because that's just bad business. We already saw what happened.
Well, no, it's bad business to deliver to boast on something that you can't deliver. It's not bad business to say, "Hey, listen, we're gonna try to come out with this fresh new game that nobody's ever done." Now, when you try to, I tell you what, biggest example I can give is No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah!
I
was waiting.
Listen,
for that game so
they were selling some bullshit like to everybody. We thought we was getting like 1 billion planets, and like, dude, I might as well get rid of every other game I got because I'm not gonna have no time if I play in No Man's Sky. And it just didn't turn out like that. Now it's a whole lot better. But I think if he would have tailored expectations and said, "Hey, listen, this is a game that we're planning on building upon to make it better, to make this grandiose galaxy and make it, this great," then I think it would have been received a little bit better. But because he was selling this and he gave us way down here, then that's what made it so bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I honestly think that that these developers, when they're talking to the company and they're saying, "Hey, listen, so we're doing this, this, and this," or this might not be able to work. I think companies need to start being a little bit more transparent and being honest about what they're trying to do. We get that you're trying to build something brand new, something that nobody's ever done before. I think we all get that. What we don't like is no transparency. And then also when everything starts coming out afterwards, when the game is already horrible, now all the truth comes out. Like, oh, well, this game was in development for 8 years. Like, man, for 8 years, and this is the best you could do? Like, okay, that's the issue. You know what I mean? So this game was in development for 8 years. You at first was going to have it for a old console, but then you upgraded it for the next gen console, and it's still crap. Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? And I honestly think that's the problem with developers, man, is they want to sell you on this grand idea. And sometimes they don't realize, like, as gamers, what we just want is a solid game. Something that we can play, that we can honestly have fun in.
Yeah.
And play with our friends. It don't have to be like this, ever-changing world. You know what I mean? It could be something. I mean, there are people out there are still in love with WoW Classic. Like,
I mean, yeah, there's people that buy every single 2K and it hasn't changed in 5 years.
And it hasn't changed. Exactly. Now, don't get me wrong.
Because we play with friends, it's a great game.
Exactly. So, I just think that some of these developers need to realize, like, hey, you know what? Maybe we can stick to what works. Maybe we can change some things here and there. We make it player friendly. We make it super player friendly to, stuff like that, to where they actually are enjoying and loving the game, and don't feel like that they wasted their time and money, into this game. And then, what I'm saying, it'll be good. It'll be straight. That's why I think Nintendo has been so successful. Their games,
they never changed the form with Mario.
Sure don't. And to be honest, they look. I'm not saying that they are, but they look super simple.
Yeah.
And they've been killing the market. Like, I mean, just destroying everybody.
I mean, shit. Look at what they when they tried to, for Legend of Zelda, when they tried a whole new different thing. You see when Breath of the Wild came out, everybody was excited about Breath of the Wild because when Breath of the Wild came out, it was still the game that people knew and loved. Like, there was references everywhere, there was characters everywhere. It was just open world. You didn't have to do a certain thing to beat the game. Like it gave you freedom. That's all that game did.
Yeah. And to be honest, it wasn't the first time they did an open world Zelda game anyway with Breath of the Wild. That wasn't their first time experimenting with that. I mean, to be honest, I can make the case that Zelda Ocarina of Time on the 64 was an open world game, right? I can make that case. So they knew it worked, and they knew that it was well received by the public. That's a classic game for a lot of people. So we can still go on with that model. But I think once you start getting out of the realm of, like, well, we're just about to make this whole brand new thing, ain't nobody trying to, be a part of that. And I always say, don't kill my childhood. Like, if there's a game, or characters or a series that I really loved as a child, don't destroy that. That's what makes me be like, okay, I'm not playing this game, or I'm done with it.
Because that's the big problem Sega's having with Sonic. Every new Sonic game, they like basically do the whole thing over and give them different shit. That's why Sonic is not like, don't forget, Sonic is the icon, but he's not as big as what Mario is.
And he should be. To be honest, he should be. They should be rivals, to where it's like, like, it should be like Jordan and LeBron and Sonic and whatchamacallit.
I'm gonna be honest, if that's the case, no wonder Sonic's not up there, because LeBron trash garbage.
Okay. This coming from somebody that got COVID and could barely walk up the stairs.
Okay, what's your point?
My point is don't talk about somebody that you can't even remotely get close to.
Why would I want to get close to him? I don't respect him. Why would I want to get
You
close
know what?
to him?
This is an offline conversation, but when people say idiotic stuff like that, and they really have no reason to not respect somebody that they don't know, I completely just blank them out.
There's plenty of reason that I don't.
No, it's not.
He must
It's
have
not.
fucked
It's
your girl
not.
back in the day. He had to. If he had to, gave her that LD. He gave her that long beep. That's the only way that
Gave
you
who?
can be like. That's the only way you can sit here and be like, "Well, I don't respect that man." That's the only way, because you can't be like, "Well, because the way he played basketball, I don't respect him."
Nah, okay,
Kinda
yeah,
like-
he's a good basketball player, but
He's a great basketball
I don't
player.
think.
Dennis Schroeder.
Let me
Dennis
just
Schroeder is a
build
good
my
basketball
teams.
player.
Let me just build these teams. Let me stack them.
Hey, listen.
And
All I'm gonna say.
he's over here
Hold on,
playing.
hold on.
He's over
All I'm
here
gonna say
playing
is
franchise mode in real life.
Listen. All I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll tell
say
you
is
what.
this.
Hold on. Name me the player in history besides nobody. Name me the player in history that didn't do it with another All-Star or Hall of Famer on that team. I'll wait.
Giannis.
Giannis did it with Chris Middleton.
With Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton
Who's
is All-Star.
I don't know them.
That's because you don't watch sports.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is that Michael Jordan wouldn't be where he is without Scottie Pippen.
Okay, that's
And-
fine.
Or Phil
Michael
Jackson.
Jordan didn't switch teams like that.
That's
Yeah, but
because
he-
back then, hold on. That's because back then they didn't have free agency the way they do it now. You do
Yeah,
realize
that's
that, right?
Okay,
See,
but
this
he's
is
going
that-
where the money
All right,
is.
hold on. And this is how I know you don't really know sports, because there was a Chicago article where Michael Jordan threatened to leave right before they drafted Scottie Pippen. I hope you know that.
That's fine. Let him leave.
No, it's not fine,
But
because
he
you just
didn't.
said like he
But
never.
he
Because
didn't.
they did. Because they did what he needed them to do in order to bring a championship.
Leave.
You
Didn't
sound
leave.
ignorant. What's
Hey,
the next topic?
D Wade.
Anyway, next
D Wade
topic
didn't leave
is,
until after his 3 rings.
So Riot moves in-person League of Legends championship due to COVID-19 changes.
Yeah, see, and this is a good example to the left of me of why they moved it. You see how he coughing over there like that?
I'm coughing because I have post-nasal drip, all right? That's a serious condition.
First off, you're coughing because you had COVID.
Nah, I'm coughing because I have post-nasal drip from my allergies. That's something I've had for a long time.
Okay, did you just get off of COVID?
Yeah, I did. But
okay, all right then.
Okay, that's said and done, though. So 2 months down the road, when I'm still coughing, he had COVID 2 months ago. That must be COVID.
You do know there are long-term effects to COVID, right?
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna start sending you some articles. You need to read.
In 3 years, okay, and these articles are probably biased as fuck.
Oh my God, you can say that about anything. Oh Jesus Christ!
Anyway,
let's go on to something else, because somebody who almost died from COVID and he's still gonna be ignorant on COVID. That's like somebody who just like OD'd on heroin and be like, but heroin is still good. It's still good for people are biased. The doctors are biased. But all right. I can't say that person. I can't help that person. So yeah, I personally think it's a good idea, man. I don't think they've shown that they can sustain themselves with online. I think the only people that are really going to be hurting this are the players, because they kind of missed that fan interaction, and then obviously the fans because they missed their interaction with the players. But other than that, for safety reasons and stuff like that, I think it's a good idea. If it's not going to hurt their bottom line, if it's not going to hurt the LCS in any kind of way, then you might as well go ahead and do it.
No, so I mean, besides, they said they were going to give out refunds and all that stuff, if need be, but they're like, I don't know how accurate all this stuff is going to be, but I know they said that before that they're going to try to do it, like they're going to see if they're able to do it as fast as possible to see if they can get it done. But if not, they'll just do the whole refunds and whatnot. Which I mean, kind of sucks bad, but like you said, for the players and whatnot, because they've probably been waiting for this for a long ass time, especially for the past year, where everything's just been online and whatnot. But again, you got to keep you definitely got to keep the players safe and whatnot.
Yeah, and I mean you gotta keep the fans safe too, because at the end of the day, um, and I don't mean this in a negative manner, but these leagues are around because of the fans. Of course the players are doing what they love, in their own rights, but I think the players bring a huge aspect to the leagues in general. So, making sure that they're safe, that they can still watch, that they can still support their teams, is super important as well.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I was about to say, who got the crickets? God damn, we need a
All right.
soundboard with some crickets.
I mean, cool.
Damn.
I think that's the best way to look at it.
Damn, he didn't like it.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying, hey.
Hey, I took your breath away. Oh man, I made you speechless. Dang. See, you shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that.
Idiocy can do that sometimes.
I got away with words.
Sometimes a person could be so dumb that you just look at it and be like, I don't even know what to say anymore.
And it's the COVID. it's the COVID.
No, it's not the COVID. It's the nasal drip. Don't forget.
Yeah.
But
that too. It's the medication. It's all of it. They're all supporting factors.
What else? There's also Sony shows off the next generation VR at a developers conference.
Yeah, we might have to table this one for the next.
Oh, is it almost that time?
Yeah, man, it's almost that time, shit. Bro. That's a quick one.
All right, but let's see.
Hey, before we end it off, I just want to say, go check out Splitgate on Steam if you play on PC. I just downloaded it, got into it a little bit today. Super fun game, and I think it's really gonna add a new kind of way to these multiplayer shooters. I think it's something new, something different. Just wanted to throw that 2 cents in.
Isn't it a battle royale?
No, it's not a battle royale.
Oh, well, what kind of game is it then?
It's just like I think it's like 6-on-6, kind of like your basic team versus team Call of Duty, but it's kind of like Portal. You can throw portals and just fly around the map. It's pretty dope. I'm not good at it, but I'm not good at it at all because I don't know how to connect my controller to make it work. But I'm a controller player by heart. But it's pretty fun just to go in there and mess around.
Hey.
Check it out. All right, that's all.
Wait, what did you say it was called?
Splitgate.
You can get it on a PS5 too.
You can get it on PS5?
Yeah, you can get it on PS5 and Xbox One X.
What? I did not know that.
I was just messing with you just to see if you actually had played the game or if you were just throwing it out there because I legit have not been on my PlayStation. It's on all platforms. You can download it.
Yeah, no, I just one of my friends in Discord hit me up about it, so I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll try it out."
I'm gonna try it out.
It's pretty hard. I'm not a keyboard and mouse kind of player. I fucking hate that shit. Damn, PS5, it's changing the game. Turn on my PlayStation real quick.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right. Who wants to read us out?
Go ahead, Miracle. You're the best one for this.
Damn, I'm the best one. Hey guys, well, we appreciate you stopping in for another On the Level episode presented by Player1NE Gaming. Quick shout out to both of our sponsors again. We have Swift Lifestyle. They are a energy gamer fuel company. They pride themselves off of clean energy. But also we have Anchor as one of our sponsors. Anchor just makes it so much easier to start your own podcast. They give you all the tools that you need to be successful, whether you're on the app or whether you're downloading it on your PC. Make sure you check both of them out. As far as Player1NE Gaming, make sure you check out our app.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do the read for that.
Hey, do the readout.
All right, so real quick, make sure you discover the latest game news, content, and tournaments with the One app. It's the new social app that connects you to all things esports, including live video streams and VODs of major international tournaments, and a best of list that rotates between games such as League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Dota 2, and more. So make sure you check out the One app on the App Store or on the Google Play Store. Also, we have a One Media Entertainment site. So you can catch the replay of this on One Media Entertainment. So you can welcome to the future content. The One Media Entertainment website was created by Player1NE Gaming, a streaming website that brings you live esports tournaments, games, and shows from all over the world. Our goal is simple. We want to bring the world of esports to everyone, whether you're into playing or just watching. We have something for everyone here. So come take a look around and see for yourself what makes One Media Entertainment so special.
Damn. Oh my God. Hey, I typed that out for him. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, you did not.
That's hey. We don't gotta point fingers, but I'm just gonna say, hey, that sounded nice. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. I'm starting to tear up a little bit.
Oh my God,
that was nice. Oh my.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for watching this episode of On the Level. We appreciate you. Make sure you stay tuned to this channel and many more for other shows that are coming up soon. Gamers Corner Retro Thursdays, as well as the Weekly Report, which is hosted by Miracle himself. So thank you again, everybody, for showing up, and we will see you later. Bye.